Watcher to 6 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
How's it going, troops? Jordan here, back again with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare Loadout video. In today's loadout video, we're going to be switching the lights off and going dark as we become an operative that works in the shadows. And so for today's loadout, I have titled it Night Ops. This class setup can be used in the normal core modes on the night maps, but ideally this loadout is more effective in the night mosh pit mode in hardcore. Not only that though, but hardcore also makes this class setup feel more immersive as we lay prone and slowly creep around the map under the cover of darkness. So without further ado, let's take a look at our mission briefing. As mentioned, we're going to be going dark and we're going to be using covert tactics to surprise the enemy, as well as staying hidden in the shadows. The key part of this loadout is to use our night vision scope and goggles to our advantage. And lastly, we're going to be exposing the enemy by flipping the light switches on and off. So let's kick off this loadout with a primary weapon of choice, and for me the primary weapon that I have chosen for this class setup is the EBR-14. The EBR-14, real name the Mark 14 Enhanced Battle Rifle, is an American battle rifle manufactured primarily by the Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane Division, or NSWCCD in short. Now that was a mouthful. This elite marksman rifle was sought after by the US Navy SEALs when they requested a more compact version of the M14 battle rifle back in the year 2000. Since then, it has gone on to serve numerous wars, including the controversial Iraq War. In game, it is located in the marksman rifle category under the name EBR-14 and deals high damage at the cost of recoil. This weapon is perfect for one shots at long range in hardcore and is a great weapon to use for this night ops loadout. But of course we can't just go in bare bones with this weapon, so let's take a look at some attachments that we're going to be equipping onto our EBR-14. For our first attachment, we're going to be going with the monolithic suppressor. This suppressor provides superior sound suppression and also increased damage range at a slight cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and also a moderate increase in weight that will affect the player's agility moving around the map. But luckily for us, it's more about positioning and less so about rushing. This of course is going to keep our weapon quiet and also remove any pings on the enemy's radar or compass. For our optic attachment, we're going to be going with an obvious choice, and this is the Solo Zero NVG Enhanced. Sticking with the Night Ops theme, it only feels right to go with a scope that uses night vision technology, and the Solo Zero NVG Enhanced does one better by combining infrared thermal and infrared night vision for a powerful optic. For our third attachment, we're going to be going with a stock, and that stock is the FSS Raider Chassis Pro. This increases our aim down sight speed and our aim walking movement speed at a slight cost of aim and stability. Whilst this does increase the weapon's performance on the battlefield, I've only really gone with this attachment purely for the aesthetic look. For our fourth attachment, we're going to be taking a look at our ammunition, and I've gone with the 20 round mags. This of course increases our magazine ammo capacity, but it does come at a cost of aim down sight speed and movement speed. And lastly, for our fifth and final attachment, we're going to be choosing the bipod. The bipod, when crouched or prone, gives us a significant increase in recoil control, and it's a very useful attachment for the EBR-14, considering that when you fire the weapon it does have quite a bit of kick. And so as we're laying prone at the back of the map, or sat crouched in a high up position, this is just going to help maintain our weapon's recoil when firing. And those are going to be our attachments that we're going to be choosing for the EBR-14 as part of this Night Ops loadout. So now that we've selected our primary weapon, it's time to take a look at our secondary weapon. And for our secondary weapon, I have gone with the combat knife. When hiding in the shadows, we want a weapon that's deadly in close quarters, but we also want to kill the enemy like a ghost, ready to haunt them. And so we'll equip the combat knife. The combat knife kills enemies in one fast stab and is perfect when paired with the night vision goggles. Plus, let's be honest, it does make for some cool ninja takedowns. So now that we've covered our primary and secondary weapons of choice for this class setup, let's move on and take a look at some perks and equipment that we're going to be selecting. For our tier 1 perk, we're going to be choosing Cold Blooded. Cold Blooded keeps us invisible to enemy thermal optics, AI controlled kill streaks, and also high alert warnings. As a night operative using stealth, we want to blend in with our environment surrounding us and not reveal a heat signature that will compromise us, so Cold-Blooded is going to be our first tier perk. For our second tier perk, we're going to be choosing Ghost. Ghost hides us off enemy UAV and personal radars, as well as snapshot grenades and heartbeat sensors. Being a night operative, we need to remain hidden to the enemy's minimap and not be detected by any sort of electronic exposure, so Ghost will be our second tier perk of choice. And lastly, for our third tier perk, we're going to be choosing a very interesting one, and that is Tracker. Tracker allows us to see enemy footsteps from where they were walking just a few seconds ago. It helps a bit when we have our night vision goggles, but when we take them off, the enemy's footsteps light up in bright glowing red, which lets us know of enemy presence near us and also helps us to think ahead of where they might be going. Another benefit with this perk is that it hides the skull of where the enemy died on the enemy team's screen, while on our screen it reveals where the enemy died as a red skull, which is a good indication to us, especially when playing hardcore. Now that we've covered our 3 perks for this loadout, let's move on to our equipment. For our lethal slots, we're going to be choosing the throwing knife. All of the lethal equipment in Modern Warfare either makes a loud bang when set off, or they light up the area blowing away our cover. All except one, and that piece of equipment is the throwing knife. This silent but deadly blade will kill the enemy before they were even aware of what happened. Simply aim and adjust your trajectory based on the distance and height your target is at, and throw. But be careful not to misjudge or mistime your throw, as if the enemy hears even the slightest of clinking from the metal blade, they are immediately alerted and your cover is compromised. For our tactical slot, we're going to be choosing the decoy grenade. Decoy grenades, like the name suggests, provides a decoy to our enemies in which the grenade sets off false gunfire and reveals fake pings on the enemy's minimap and compass. When in a prone or crouch position hidden away, simply toss one of these out onto the field far in front of you and watch the enemies move in as we make them jump with our shots. So those are going to be our perks and equipment that we're going to be choosing for this Night Ops loadout. Now let's move on and take a look at our field upgrade of choice and also our 3 kill streaks that we're going to be going with for this class setup. For our field upgrade, we're going to be choosing Dead Silence. Dead Silence when activated mutes our footsteps and keeps us quiet when on the move. And since we want to remain hidden and covert, we can sneak up on our enemy, take them out and move position before they come back. Now let's move on to our kill streaks. For our first kill streak, we're going to be choosing the UAV. The UAV is an aerial drone that flies around the map to provide us with enemy sweeps on our radar. And for those who aren't using Ghost, they will be revealed to us on our minimap and allow us to prepare in the shadows waiting for hostiles. For our second kill streak, we're going to be choosing the cruise missile. The cruise missile is a controllable missile that soars in from a high altitude. On the night maps, the cruise missile uses thermal technology to seek out the enemies, making for a loud surprise. Also, from an outside perspective, the cruise missile heads straight down to earth in a glowing orangey yellow fireball, almost like a meteorite, which makes this kill streak so cool to watch. And lastly, for our third kill streak in this loadout, we're going to be choosing this bad boy, the gunship. The C-130 gunship flies high above the map and has 3 different armaments to fire down at the enemy. These armaments are the 105mm cannon, the 40mm cannon and the 25mm turret. The main reason why we are using the gunship is to use its thermal optics to seek out the enemies. Plus the gunship blends in with nightfall, and so it makes it much harder for enemies to try and shoot it down. Think back to that Call of Duty 4 mission, Death from Above. Combining our weapons, equipment, perks, field upgrade and kill streaks, soldier, you are all set to be a night operative. So next time you boot up Modern Warfare multiplayer, definitely give this class setup a try in game on the night maps and have fun being a sneaky predator seeking out its prey. So troops, that wraps up my Night Ops loadout for Modern Warfare multiplayer. Hopefully you did enjoy this loadout. If you did, then do give the video a thumbs up, I would appreciate it a lot. If you have any friends who are interested in this sort of content, then don't forget to share with your friends this video, and also my Modern Warfare Loadout playlist. That way it helps my channel and my videos get more widespread exposure. If you haven't subscribed already, then make sure to subscribe to the channel for more of these loadouts for Modern Warfare. My next few loadout videos are going to be amazing and you don't want to miss out on that. So definitely hit the subscribe button, and also while you're at it, make sure you hit the bell notification button next to it. That way you're always alerted and notified of when I make an upload. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, I've recently started up a Patreon account to help further progress my channel and my videos. So to those who are willing to donate, I would appreciate it so much, as it definitely helps keep up the quality and the content on this channel. My Patreon link will be the first link in the description below, so definitely click on over, and from as little as $1 a month, you can make a big difference to this channel. Also, before I forget, let me know down in the comment section below which class setup or loadout you would like to see in a near future video. I'm always open and interested to suggestions and ideas, so just let me know what your ideas are down in the comments below. So until the next video, I thank you all for watching, stay true to me troops, and I'll see you in game.